Hi guys, Shopper back once again with another mint in box. And today we're going to be looking at the Rabbit Raider from the Fortnite Legendary Series from Jazwares. The Legendary Series is equivalent to Marvel Legends, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the kind of 6-inch figure series that's more skewed towards older demographics than the 4-inch more child-friendly line. We're going to take a quick look at the packaging. We've got Rabbit Raider, 8 pieces, 38 points of articulation. And yeah, you'll have the figure, you'll have a harvesting stick, you'll have the hard-boiled back bling, comes with a grenade launcher, an oddly small-scale chug jug, a boogie bomb, and 2 alternate faces. Considering that the Rabbit Raider uses the Jonesy skin as a base, it's not surprising that 2 extra Jonesy faces were included, and I assume any release that uses that head sculpt as a base will probably include those going forward. The box itself is okay. It's weirdly angular, which I think is a bold choice personally. It's different enough from its competitors to really stand out, and I think like the plain colour background kind of highlighting the figure from behind really gives it a bold aesthetic. On the back you've just got a rather poorly cut out PNG. In fact, that's probably the same PNG that I'm using for my thumbnail, so that's a little weird. But yeah, just PNG of the Rabbit Raider. 1 figure, 6 inches and 7 accessories. In Series 1 of the Legendary Series we'll have Wildcard, which I'll be reviewing soon. The Skull Trooper variant for, I think the glow-in-the-dark purple version of the Skull Trooper was when the Skull Trooper was re-released. Those who had bought him originally got a new glow-in-the-dark thing for being like the first people to get it, because God knows people were narky about the Skull Trooper coming out again. I'll get into that when I review a Skull Trooper. Havoc, boo. Enforcer, pretty good. And the Visitor, who's one of my favourite skins. Good box, good accessory count. Let's talk about the figure itself. Now the Rabbit Raider is an interesting figure to start off with because it's got a very nice textured feel to his onesie that does kind of give the feel that it would be made of a kind of woolly, soft material. His ears are soft plate, in fact his entire hood is a soft rubbery plastic to allow it a little more freedom of movement. Something another figure line for Fortnite struggled with. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll take the carrot stick harvesting tool off him for now, so we can take a look at the figure itself. And yeah, it's packed to the gills with articulation. Take the hard-boiled back bling off. So yeah, just in the shoulders alone, you've got a lateral movement, you've got a hinge up and down, it's very clicky, bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, a twist hinged wrist, and even a claspable hand designed to hold various weapons, which is cool. The head is ball jointed and also has a hinge inside, though I don't believe it's really needed. The hood somewhat limits that, but you still get a very good range of motion out of it. Comes with a ab crunch, waist swivel. His thighs are on hinges. Is a thigh swivel. Oh, very deep, very solid double knee joint. and his feet are on ball jointed rockers. The design itself, very, very nice. This skin is part of the Pastel Patrol. It's a very Easter inspired set, as you can imagine. He's got a lot of, I want to say, either dirt or chocolate around his feet and hands, but it comes across as a little sketchy. Let's take a look at his alternate faces. Now, usually you'd get an entirely different head sculpt, but what Jazwares have done here is just take the front of his face off. And it is a pretty seamless effect. Like, it doesn't cut into the profile too much, so you can have the back of the head and then just place any face on the front. And they've got a standard Jonesy, and there's very little in terms of a noticeable line. At the very least, when you put his hood back on. Not sure if the skin can actually do this or not, but yeah. And finally we'll put the nerdy Poindexter face on. More Woody Harrelson one. Oh, I don't like the look of him. His hair's actually done in a different style, so it doesn't gel quite as well with the rest of the head, but it works well enough. Yeah, that works. Now in terms of accessories, we've got the hard-boiled Easter egg back bling, which can be slotted into his back like that. Makes him a little back heavy, so that's something to be aware of. You have the carrot stick harvesting tool, which isn't great, honestly. It's very well sculpted, and they do pick out all the necessary details. I'm just not a big fan of the way it looks. It freaks me out, really. It's kind of disgusting looking. Looks better in game, but with the limited paint applications, it's a bit ugh. A tiny boogie bomb, which can be held in one of his hands by the pin, unfortunately, so it does look a little goofy, but it's not as goofy as this tiny chug jug. Like, it's supposed to be like as big as his torso, but I guess if you're doing accessories for a figure, you can scale this down a bit. And you can get a decent pose out of him drinking from it, which is pretty much all you need. But the main event is the signature grenade launcher. When Rabbit Raider came out, they had a special edition grenade launcher in the game that fired like little Easter eggs, and I think that might have been a better choice to pack in with him, but at the same time you want to get out as many of the default weapons as they can. So maybe if his set mate Bunny Brawler is ever released, maybe she'll come with the special grenade launcher. One can hope. But yeah, since there's no trigger to really secure his finger into, it's just a matter of getting his arms and fist into a decent position to hold it, and he holds it very well. It's a nice tight fit, and he looks great holding it. In terms of scale, he scales very well against the next competitors, that being the Marvel Legends line and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So he's a 6-inch figure, including his dopey ears, and he fits in very well with this class of figures. The Legendary Series Rabbit Raider is a fantastic figure for the more grown-up Fortnite fan, because if you get in the 4-inch figures, they're cool, they really are. I'm personally a big fan of them, but for teenagers and older, they're looking for more figures akin to the Marvel Legends, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and this fits into that kind of aesthetic very well. So I think for the $19.99 that you're going to be paying for this figure, I think it's in good company and it's well worth the price. As always, I've been Sharpo. This has been the Fortnite Legendary Series Rabbit Raider from Jazwares, and I'll catch you guys next time on Mint in Box.